Okay, I'm going to show a tutorial as quick as possible on how to UV wrap. This is the bedside cabinet I got. I've separated it into two different UV unwrapping things. The guy that was showing us said to keep it all in one layer. That's because I had every object separated. I think 2 folders is going to be okay. It's just 2 lots of texture and putting it all together. It's just like more stuff to put together. But 2 is manageable. We had like 12, 20 files, you know. So this is what we're going to be doing. Having this all nice and nice. The reason I want to separate it, by the way, is because we want detail on it, and the more space it has on there, the more detail. So this is going to have a lot of detail because they're big. This is going to have less detail because they're smaller, but it's more than what was before. That's why I want it like that. Let's quickly explain what is UV unwrapping. It's basically you have a square, and it's how you would unwrap it in real life. How it, like, you know, if you put this here, that would go on the top, that would go to the side, and that would be the side. It's what you're doing in real life. You're just unwrapping it as you would a piece of paper if you were making a box in real life. You know, origami. It's origami. That's UV unwrapping. When you get this and the first time you open UV editing, it will look like this, and you would just select faces, Control, delete, and then you can start modeling. Well, modeling? Yeah, we wish. We can start UV editing. We're gonna do it here, basically. Doom, delete. So once you have that, you have everything deleted. Let me quickly go over. No, let's just show you. There's a quick way to do it. Automatic. Rule number 1: have your faces selected, as I just did not. And then press create. Automatic, and it will automatically cut it up for you. This is obviously the quickest way. Like, it's done. You're done. You can arrange it. Orient stacks to make it straightish. Layout changes the layout. You want as much space. You want to use as much space as possible. And then layout along here is what I did with the bows, and then I reorganized it back in here. That's already done. The reason we don't do this is mainly because there's so many little pieces that could be connected, like this. What is all this? This could be connected to the model, like this. These are all connected on here. It's not. It's messy, and it kind of wastes space, I think. Yeah, so we try not to do that, but you can. That's the quickest way to do it. We'll probably end up doing it anyway. You can sew objects together. So if I wanted to put these 2 objects together, if they're even meant to be. So this is meant to be attached to this. So I would select this, move it over, move that away. You don't want any UVs overlapping, otherwise the texture will overlap. Very bad. But they can go very close together, like that is very close. If you zoom in, there's a little space, so that's fine. Yeah. So to sew it, you go on to edges, select that edge, and that was the connecting edge. Sew, cut and sew, press sew, and it's sewn together. Lovely. So you could manually sew everything together, or not. You could just do that. Anyway, that's automatic. Lovely. Not delete the whole model. Make sure you're on faces. This is the problem. To edit the thing, you have to be on faces. If not, if I were to move, like, so I can move this here, and it won't change anything. It will change the texture. If I did it on edges and I tried to move this, it connects to another line. So it connects to that line. Try to move it, it's just going to move that one. I literally can't single select this. It will connect to its like connected line. So move it on faces. Okay, moving on from this. Delete. We go create. This is the more manual way to do it. Create, camera base. Make sure you select all the faces for the object. Create, camera base. Ta-da! It's here. Now, camera base will be nice from the front. From the side, it'll be all messed up. When we're UV editing, we want all the squares to be straight as possible. Not like this. If we look on my model here, and if it wants to show us, it's as straight as I could get it. Obviously there's some curves here, which isn't great. We want it as straight as possible. Like, you can see that's curved, like tilted a bit. You don't want that, but I have it because it's difficult. Same as the core here, you can see that's straight, that's curved, that's kind of curved, that's not good. You know, we want it as straight as possible, but it's difficult to do that, so no hate. Anyway, we got this. We're gonna do this quickly. We're not gonna unwrap the whole thing. I can't be arsed, and I've done this video 3 times. Right, select edges. To select the edges on here, you can click it, just double click. Right, but before that, let me show you. No, I don't know what to show you next. Right, to select the whole thing, here we want to cut up the sides. You have to be careful of seams. This is going to create a seam, so like a cut in the image, which we tried to hide, so I probably would be better cutting it in there and then cutting the other side. Okay, let's cut in here. To cut, you do Shift X, just have your mouse on this side, Shift X, and it'll be cut. Or you can go to cut and sew and press cut manually. We know it's cut because it's going to be bold on this line. If you can't see that, you need to make sure you have this selected, texture border. If you have it off, you can't see what's cut or not. Let's just make sure it's on. As well, I'm going to go onto my faces and I'm going to select this part of the object and just hide it. Control H, just to hide it, just so I can see what I'm cutting up clearly. Okay, so I cut this out and then I'm going to make sure I'm just going to cut all of this. See, my lines aren't, I haven't done it right, is what I'm trying to say. I haven't done it very nicely. So yeah, that's going to be an obvious seam, whereas we would want it in a crevice, but whatever. Shift X. Shift X on this side to cut it. So I don't know if you can see, but it gets a bit jagged. But it's not unfolded yet. So that is fully cut out, this one square. What you would do, I think, like, just cut it, bro, just cut it. Go faces. I'm going to unfold it now, and it's going to unfold the whole thing. Obviously, we've cut one face off, so only that face is going to come out, and the rest is going to look absolutely fucked. So we go to unfold, unfold it, and here it is. Here is our lovely face. Yay! It's out. We would resize it. You're meant to obviously do cut everything, and you'd have them all and organize them nicely. If you cut it wrong, it's going to look like this. I believe you can leave it like that still and just just cut on here. So let's say I wanted to cut out. Let's do the easy side and go just for the sides because I don't want to do anything complicated. I could hide this. Hide that over here. Okay. Also, so that's why I was having so much difficulty. Press 1 to unsmooth your object. That would have probably been better. Yeah. So that is a hidden seam, but if I press 3, yeah, it's fine. Press 1 to unsmooth the object. That makes it a lot easier. 3 to smooth it again. But we want it unsmoothed when we're editing, UV editing, because it makes seeing the seams easier. Just make sure I grab the connected one. Up here. Shift X to cut. And then I believe I can still cut this out and it's going to be normal if I unfold it here. Hello. Where is it? Cut. There's a tool cut. Okay, you might, maybe you're not. I think you can do it slowly like this. So I just don't know where it's going. I just select everything. Unfold. Okay. To be honest, I don't know why that didn't work. Is this my, yeah, okay. It just went really small. Here it is. You can do it like that. You can do it separately. It's obviously better and easier and not as confusing if you cut it all up first and then you unfold. And then obviously if there's a mistake, you would tell because it will look like this or it will look like this. And that's fine. You can kind of see what's going on. I can tell there's a table and I know I need to cut up like this line kind of. You can also see it on the model here. So I know I need to cut this out. Also, let's show you. If I cut this, this is going to be wrong. Cut. So Shift X, I've cut it, but I've cut it all wrong. But let's pretend it's not wrong. No, we want it to be wrong. Okay, if it's wrong, go to Edges, and you can just select the entire edge, and go here and press sew, and that puts it all back together like it never happened. So yeah, that's pretty much UV editing. I think literally that's the gist of it. We want everything straight lines, Very nice. That's actually separate, which is fine. I could sew it on. I think it's gonna be better separate. Wherever it is, it's here. Okay. So like I said, we want straight as possible. You could press straighten UVs, which straightens the object literally. Straighten UVs. Yeah, so that looks better. If we're looking on the left side of the screen, you can see here. If I press straighten UVs, that is straighter. That is straight. It is nicer. So we could do it like that as well. I don't normally tend to press straighten UVs. I don't know why. I probably should start, but I think I do get some errors with it sometimes, so it is fine if it doesn't work. But yeah, this is working very nicely, but this is because it's like a square. It's quite nice. This is like pretty much the end of the tutorial. No tutorial. I'm gonna show you, if you want to stay, I'm gonna show you the bow really quickly because it's a more complex object. I'm gonna do a separate video there for that.